Catalina Island, especially Casino Point, is very accessible, and there's a dive operation right by the stairs, you know, easy entry, easy exit, typically if there's no surge. Easy to get into, easy to get out of. It's a marine park that has different, you know, to the left you have a sandy area, to the right you have a deep 100+ foot of diving through kelp. There's a lot to see, there's a lot to do. It pretty much caters for different levels of diving. So, you know, from beginner to pretty advanced, or even you could probably get some tech work done in Casino Point. Easy ferry ride out, so it's just really accessible with so many options of what to see and what to experience. And to add the cherry on top, it's where I started. So I've probably done maybe most of my training dives were in Catalina. To date, half of my hundreds of dives happen to be in Catalina, so I'm also very familiar with it. A lot of good stories, a lot of good memories, a lot of good things that if you dive Catalina Casino Point enough, you can get, you know, Caribbean level visibility, which is unusual in California. It's unusual. Typically California water is cold, green, and just sometimes really murky. Casino Point gives you the best of everything, all in one place. No trip to Catalina is complete without a pit stop at El Galleon. No, this is not a sponsored post or anything or video. It's just a place I really like because I did a lot of my training dives out here in Catalina, and after hours, El Galleon was pretty much the only one open, and they had great karaoke. I sing a mean Aerosmith. I don't want to miss a thing. But yeah, you're not gonna hear that today. Let's go. Anyways, my favorite thing on the menu is they used to have this 3 meat combo, barbecue chicken, full rack or half rack of ribs, and like sausages, I think, something like that. Yeah, actually, when I moved to California, a while ago, I visited Catalina a few times just to do the basic things. Snorkel, ride a golf cart, have fun. It just so happened that, well, Catalina is also huge for scuba diving, right? Especially Casino Point, which really isn't a casino, but you get the point. It's a protected marine park, and there's a lot of training that goes on there. So when I started scuba diving, I did the pool session back here in probably Orange County at the time. Yeah, I think Orange County. But the first time I went out into the ocean, first open ocean, first ever, I'm in the ocean breathing out of a tin can of air, was in the, Casino Point. At the time, I didn't really think much of it. It's just, hey, great, scuba diving, it works. It's kind of scary, but it worked at the time. But I think back to that moment now and how many times or how many places those few breaths in the water and obviously the subsequent training and dedication and commitment to it has taken me. It's funny, at the time I really wasn't thinking much of it. Just, I'll sign up, do the first level of certification, the open water, and dive from time to time on vacation. But so when I started, it was just basically, I went up, looked up a bunch of shops, went to one of them. I wasn't even ready. There was no time schedule or anything. I just put in my name, like, hey, let me know when you got a spot for me. And I actually traveled for a couple months or so. Then they called me back, like, hey, we've got room, we can take you. And I signed up thinking, great, I'll use this on Jamaica vacations or Bahamas or something. Next thing I knew, well, actually I did have a rough time in the pool. So the pool session, I was sucking in a whole lot more air than I normally should. And my instructor in his infinite wisdom hooked me up with a bigger, still 100 tank. And just the counterweight, I didn't get adjusted to that, nearly drowned, thought through all the decisions I've made in my life as I was tumbling down to the bottom of the pool. But it worked out, because when we got to the ocean, which the first time was at Casino Point, it felt liberating. It felt just amazing being in the ocean with these animals, doing something I've always wanted to do, but never really considered the reality of, would I actually do it? So that was great. That was great, and it's, for all the other reasons I go to Catalina, this one just really makes it really special for me. A lot of divers that I know typically either start diving or reconnect with diving as more of a lifestyle after a major event, a major life event, divorce, marriage, breakup, whatever it is, but something very pivotal in life. And sometimes I think of it as a sort of therapy, like therapeutic, or the idea of just being underwater, listening to nothing but bubbles or the coral or the reefs, and being in your own thoughts and still being able to communicate with your dive buddy and whatnot, helps people really just introspect a lot. And I think just the situational awareness, you apply that to other things in life. And I think that's why it becomes more of a lifestyle, because you have to plan ahead. You have to consider options A, B, C, D, all the way through Z. You gotta think through what ifs. And a lot of people have found skills that can be applied to other things in their lives. Like myself, I did find a lot of skills that I could apply to other things in my life, and that has really helped me and always kind of brought me back to scuba diving. It just grew and occupied my mind, and the first couple of years I was pretty much diving every other weekend. Over time it becomes a lifestyle. You think it, do it, kind of plan things around it, and it sticks. And now I'm back in Casino Point, training for another milestone in my dive career. This time we're going to Antarctica, and a couple other continents to kind of wrap up all seven continents on the planet. Going back to start the training dives for Antarctica, right here in Casino Point, kind of grounds me and humbles me in a way. It gives me that, now I'm coming back to Casino Point, I know the park in and out, but I'm also testing out new configurations, new gear types for the upcoming freezing dives coming up. It just kind of takes me back to the initial like motivation when I started diving, and pretty much holds that special relationship I have with Casino Point, because it's the beginning, and now it's kind of the beginning of a new adventure to dive all 7 continents. For something that seemed very just far out there, it didn't seem like it was something I was really gonna do. I think it's a good moment to like inspire others to pursue those dreams and pursue those ambitions and things, because you only got one life. Just make it the very best you can. Why not?